we're safe. For now. We've got a month. We finally took down the capital. So now it's just time to... Sorry. So now it's just time to figure out what exactly is happening with this organization that slithers in the dark. We've heard from Hubert that, or at least from the person who Hubert told, that we have to find them somewhere a little bit south of Hilda's territory. Where that is exactly, we're not entirely sure. But according to the save, it's a city without light. That should be a little preview for what we've got coming ahead. Let's go ahead and explore. What we always do at the beginning of the month. I don't remember how this goes. I might look it up just to see with my plans. But I think this is the final time. This is the final month we have to explore.
What about... I thought that after the Empire fell, the boar might finally be avenged. But something dark is certainly lurking in the shadows. An organization behind the Empire. We'll have to take care of them if the boar... if Dimitri is to rest in peace.
Thanks for respecting him for that.
This war might be over, but not war in general. Human beings thrive on conflict. We can't get enough of it.
You're not wrong.
But you know someday another war will begin. That's the way it is, right? War may always come back, but so will peace. And peace is what we fight for.
Peace is the reason we have to have war.
What the?
Make sure that we maintain... What the... What are you on about? Ultimate Sword Tournament. Yuri, I think it's up to you. Maybe not as bishop. Be a trickster, please.
You won't be.
If it's the ultimate, then this might actually be the last one. So, I'm going to treat this as if this is the last time that I'm going to be able to explore this month. Well, not this specific time. I will definitely explore another time. But I'm going to treat this month as if it's going to be the last. Which, it's very possible that it will be. I don't know for certain, but... Oh, Yuri! Oh, Yuri! Oh, Yuri! Yuri! Come on! You couldn't have avoided one! They were just... I'll come back to that. So, I'm going to, in the Abyss, I am going to try to connect the destinies of as many people as I can. I'm going to make sure that I get as many of the connections that I can.
Edlegard gone. Maybe Fodlan will finally find some peace.
Not until we
That's
take
all
care of
well
this
and good,
threat.
but, she was also the one to put my father under house arrest. So now he's been released and he's taken charge of House Farley. I can't handle it. I can't deal with him. Please, you have to do something. Thank you so much.
I guess that wasn't the option she wanted to hear.
Professor.
Hey, Annette.
Finally, that awful war is over. Everyone
Almost.
lost something, and everyone had to make sacrifices. But maybe we can put a stop to all of this pain and loss now. Let's hurry to Shambhala, Professor. We have to defeat them if we ever want to see a world without war.
I'll do my best for it. And Hopefully it's true. But I'm going to get as many supports as I can to connect as many people. I don't think I'll be able to get through all of my list, but maybe that will be for another playthrough. Hint hint, nudge nudge. Ooh. Fortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the biggest boost that I'll be able to. I'm itchy. Why am I itchy? Lots of fish today, don't really care.
I thought that taking the Empire's capital would bring an end to this war. How naive of me. I'll have to write to my family and tell them I'll be gone a while longer.
It'll only be a while longer. Hopefully, just a month or so longer.
Oh.
Not quite. I'm gonna save him. Ooh, what's this? Turnip. I'm gonna need to make sure that I get everything as beefed back up as I can for these next battles coming up.
Welcome. Please come again.
Let me look at my inventory to make sure. Sedith. How long have you had the Dark Seal? Did I just forget to take that off? Alright, I can unequip that, thankfully. I'll put that on... I'll put it on Yuri, because I want Yuri to get through it as fast as I can. Maybe not. Because Yuri kind of needs his fetters of Rami. Maybe I'll put it on... Maybe... I think I'll put it on Happy then. Because I can use that to make sure that she gets through Gremory as fast as I can. Okay. I'll just try to work, ooh, Claude. A lot of people there. I guess that's a little important. Hello, Marianne.
I thought the war would end with Edlegard's defeat, but that wasn't the case. This may be premature, but I'm feeling a little relieved. I have to consider what I'll do with myself, and where I'll go when this war is finally over. I don't have an answer yet. Let's make sure the next battle puts an end to this war. That way, we can all move forward.
Let's hope it's as simple as that. Something tells me, though, we might have a little bit more afterwards.
Oh,
Okay.
so Lady Rhea was all right after all. Well done bringing her back safely. Finally, us true believers may breathe easy again.
I don't like...
Simply magnificent. You're saying the fight isn't over yet?
Not quite. And I don't like how you put the true believer thing. Hey, Judith.
The folks we're fighting next aren't normal humans, are they? It's that group who caused the Javelin of Light to fall, right? It just doesn't seem like something a human is capable of. I'm not prone to flinching, but I don't feel great about any of this.
It's a little unnerving. It's an enemy that we honestly have no idea about.
A mysterious organization, slithering in the dark of Fodlan.
They're using
Like
that as
something
often
out of
as
a
they
mythical
can.
tale. It appears these fiends have infiltrated the deepest corners of the Empire. After the fall of Enbar, they've remained well concealed. That said, I would keep an eye on Edlegard's uncle, Lord Arundel. Something about him sits ill with me.
You thinking he might have a connection with those who slither in the dark?
Right.
If you're wondering, by the way, since the game is starting to drop the name a lot, that is the official name of this organization, those who slither in the dark.
Dedu saw to it that Edlegard was destroyed before he departed. His expression once his mission was over was a bit lonely. I don't know where he went off to after that. Maybe he returned home to Dusker.
That's right, we didn't get any sort of dialogue with Dedu. Wait, Leone, why are you in Lag City? Leone.
Monica's people, aren't they? The ones who killed Captain Gerald.
That's right.
Then this is my real opportunity for revenge. There's no way I can back down from this one.
There's not, but thankfully.
No, I'm okay. Actually, I'm eager to get out there and fight. This is what I've been training for.
Well, hopefully it'll be... It's not going to be simple. I don't even know what I'm saying.
The thing is,
Oh, hello.
we finally got Lady Rhea back from the Empire.
Yes, we did.
Fulfilled our mission.
My eye is
I
itchy.
wish we could afford for her to have a good long rest, but that just isn't possible.
I'm not bored, I'm just tired.
We've all heard the legend of Nemesis, the King of Liberation. But now Lady Rhea is saying Nemesis was just some kind of thief. Those two descriptions are totally at odds. Which version's correct? I don't know what to think, but I guess that's the nature of history. I wonder what the generations that come after us will say about the battle we're about to fight.
That's an interesting way to think about it. Especially, I mean, there's always the saying, history is written by the victors. And that's certainly true. Like, if you're the one who won the battle, then of course you're the person who's going to write what will be going in the history books. Andy. Door key.
Professor!
How's this?
What do you think, Shamir?
We saved Rhea and the Empire has crumbled. The kingdom may as well be finished too. The reasons for me to remain in Fodlan are fading. Of course. I've come this far. May as well see it through to the end.
Well, I'm glad you think that way, Shamir.
Think of it. So, the moment we defeat 80, the nobles cozy up to the Alliance and Church.
Yeah.
That lot really does think only of themselves and no one else.
If Battle of the
Count
Fittest.
Burgles. He used to be Minister of Military Affairs. He sacrificed his own life so that all the soldiers and officers who fought could be given quarter. When I heard that, I don't know, that simple act of humanity, I couldn't help it. I burst into tears. You know Count Burgles is Caspar's father, right?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how Caspar must feel about it.
I have to go see where Caspar... well, Raphael. Right here.
Wake up, eat, train, eat, sleep. We gotta prepare for the assault, but that hasn't changed my routine. All that training and eating I do is for the sake of Fodlan. Gotta stay strong and fed.
I
Keep it
eat
safe.
for my people. Oh, Raphael never change. I'll go ahead and do a... eat together.
Yeah, you just get it, Professor. This is my favorite.
Wow.
Alright. Yeah, and I can go over here. talk to Lawrence, Claude, and Eloise.
You've done it. You did it. You crushed the Empire and rescued Lady Rhea.
Now there's only one
I'm
last thing to
sure
do.
the Captain is proud of you right now. As am I, of course. I'm as proud as if I'd done it myself.
Which you didn't.
Sorry, I didn't mean to overdo it. We still have to deal with Monica's group. Those who killed the Captain. We'll knock them down so hard that they can't get back up.
That is the most innocent way of somebody to say, we're going to kill those people. Oh gosh, there's a lot of people to talk to.
Mysterious power threatening the very future of Fodlan? Certainly we cannot give it leeway.
Not even a
In
little.
comparison to this, the internal power struggles in the Alliance are utterly trivial. There is simply no option but victory. The alternative is unthinkable. Perhaps I will have the opportunity to strike the decisive blow on the enemy commander. Oh, that would secure my place in history for certain.
I don't think that's gonna happen, Lawrence, but you could certainly hope.
You did it. I never thought I'd live to see the day that the Empire was conquered. I thought that would put an end to the war. But I hear there are still hostile forces to contend with. I hope you'll be able to put an end to this conflict and found a new Fodlan in which the free market can thrive.
Count Burgleys, the Minister of Military Affairs, was applying pressure in the west, but he surrendered after the Empire fell. Cornelia of the Fargus Dukedom seems to have disappeared from the palace, and rather swiftly. They must have realized that the revival of the Old Kingdom was a real threat.
We're just trying to make sure that they saved their own skin.
We crushed the Empire at long last. But there's no time to bask in our victory. We must prepare for the coming battle. We knew there was a secret group behind the Imperial Army all this time. Now we have a chance to make the first move against them. We have Hubert to thank for that. It's also thanks to him that we were able to rescue Rhea. I still have plenty of questions I'd like to ask her. Well, if we plan to have her march into battle with us again, we'd better let her recuperate.
Yeah, that's
Rhea's
true.
the only one who gets a break, though. Everyone else had better start preparing for battle.
We won against the Imperial Army. I still can't believe it. But I guess we still have some enemies left. I'm not well informed, but I have plenty of fighting spirit.
You've got your kick still left. Also, I like how they always cover the face of the NPCs. It's like, oh, you don't know who this is. But then you can just scroll down because, you know, they still modeled it and everything. Oh, Caspar. I'll go check who's off to the left first. Not here. Over here. Linhardt. Oh, okay.
As history proves, everything comes to an end eventually. I knew that all along, but it still came as a surprise. Those who slither in the dark. It's all so fascinating and strange. They must certainly have a long history of their own. And when they fall, that will come quickly too, don't you think? That almost sounded like a prophecy there. Am I spooking you yet?
Too much, Linhardt.
So, we have succeeded in rescuing Lady Rhea.
We have.
But Seteth's countenance remains clouded. When will peaceful days return to this monastery? That time feels so distant.
Hopefully it'll be soon. It's gonna take a lot of time to readjust. Every day is filled with nothing but the harshness of war. My only solace is eating sweets. Is that childish of me? No problem, Isithia.
Well...
Caspar, buddy.
He's dead. My father's dead. I'm okay, though. Really. I was ready for it. He was a general in the Imperial Army, after all. Minister of Military Affairs. He gave his own life so the Empire's soldiers wouldn't have to lose theirs. That's a fight that only he could take on. He was such a tough guy. This whole time, I fought side by side with you and Claude. But did I ever get any stronger? Will I ever be as strong as my father?
You were as strong as Caspar. That's the only thing you need to do. You're your own person, and I'm sure you looked up to your father, Caspar, but you're the only person who could push your life forward.
Lady Rhea still seems weak, but at least she's safe now. I'm praying that she'll be well as soon as possible. Goddess, I beg you, protect Lady Rhea.
It has been a very long time since I've even looked at any of these. I have gotten a playthrough at one point where I have gotten all these full up. That was before, you know, the Abyss was a thing. But that was mostly through a couple playthroughs. I only got that much through New Game Plus. Which I will be asking about, because I do plan on doing other playthroughs of this game at some point.
Is
Hey,
it
Ingrid.
really prudent to bring Lady Rhea on our upcoming expedition?
She really
It would
wants
be
to
best
come.
not to have her doing anything strenuous, considering how long she was confined. There are still many in Fodlan who are seeking Lady Rhea's salvation. For their sake, we cannot put her in harm's way.
That would, honestly, out of anything that could happen, Lady Rhea falling would be one of the biggest things.
Shambhala, it was called, right? Scary that it's so close to the House Gonrel territories. Who'd have thought all those creeps were living right under my nose? I was hoping my big brother would help us in this next battle.
What excuse do we have this time?
I can represent House Gonrel without his help, that I have it in me. I'm glad he recognizes that I have some ability. Still, I wish he wasn't leaving it all to me.
You are very strong, Hilda. Honestly, if we're being perfectly honest, you are probably my strongest unit.
Those who slither in the dark, it seems will finally discover their true form. I get the sense that they're in league with the mages who experimented on me as a child. I wouldn't be surprised if Edlegard was subjected to them too. There's no telling what their true motives are. But whatever their motives, what they have done is unforgivable. They must be exterminated.
We did notice the white hair and the two crests. So, Lysithea may have a point there.
Oh. Listen. The history of the Empire spans 1,185 years. And just like that, it ends. But the Hresfelg legacy could live on. When Edlegard assumed power, there were no other rightful heirs. She said that whoever takes the throne next should do so by virtue of merit, not blood. And she truly meant what she said. At any rate, I feel that a huge hole has opened up in my heart. Who knows if it can ever be filled?
It's a big shift. And unfortunately, Ferdinand, I don't know if you'll be able to get back to the same lifestyle that you may have come from.
Professor!
Hello.
Fighting against enemies whose true nature is unknown is honestly really scary. Still, if there's a force in this world that clearly means us harm, we have no choice but to fight back. With our own hands, we'll safeguard Fodlan's future.
The Empire has broken in smithereens. Now it is possible for me to go back to Bridget, but I cannot choose
Gotta sit
that
up
choice.
again.
The time is still too soon for that. We must be stopping the evil for everyone in Fodlan. We will be fighting until the end of it.
Our next opponent is an ally of Solon.
That's true.
Do you remember what Solon called us?
I don't, actually. Beasts?
That's right. He called us beasts. Meanwhile, he refers to himself as the savior. Who exactly is he saving?
Gotta crack my neck. Yeah. Yeah. Just a few more people.
Professor.
Hello. Hello, Catherine.
Wow. We rescued Lady Rhea. I can hardly express my joy. But now we know about a new foe who intends to bring her harm. In time, we'll realize the peaceful world that Lady Rhea has always hoped for. I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm fighting.
It's not quite over yet. I know I kind of keep repeating myself, so I apologize. But we're almost done.
I am so glad that Rhea is unharmed. My
Just
brother
tired.
continues to worry about her, however.
I mean, honestly, I
Of course,
probably
am
would as
worried
well.
myself. I cannot imagine being in that situation while in such a state. She should just leave things to you and Claude and get the rest she needs.
I agree, honestly. Doesn't need to be pushing herself anymore. Well, let's go see what she's doing.
Lady Rhea's back! Lady Rhea's back! I'm so happy! But things aren't gonna be like they used to be anytime soon, are they?
No, they're
There's
not.
still folks out there that want us all dead, and Lady Rhea still hasn't regained her strength yet. Speaking of which, Professor, please don't ask too much of her right now, okay?
I'll do everything I can.
Rhea is sleeping right now. If it is not absolutely urgent, please do not disturb her rest. The long confinement took its toll on her health. Truthfully, she is in no shape to be exerting herself at all, to say nothing of a military expedition. To make matters worse, we are now facing a very old enemy. One that has conspired against us since time out of mind. Please proceed with caution. I have a bad feeling.
Oh, wait, Manuela's up here? Where's Manuela? Oh, is she down here? Manuela!
Professor, most of the opera company fled, but they're back in the capital now.
That's good.
I don't know if everyone survived, but it looks like they should be able to mount a revival. They even asked if I'd consider making a return to the stage someday. I suspect I may refuse, though. We're at the dawn of something new. No reason to look backwards, eh?
Did everyone? That's what it looks like. So that brings me to what I was going to say. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next playthrough. There's two main questions about what I'm going to do. What route I'm going to choose, and if I'm going to do New Game Plus or not. I would be fine with either. I have done New Game Plus runs before. New Game Plus can break the game a little bit, but that's something that we can go over if it's decided that we want to go with a New Game Plus playthrough.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. I hear we conquered the Imperial capital, but the war's still not over? Not sure how much sense that makes, but then making sense of things isn't my job.
It's not.
Look out for yourself in the next battle, got it? I'll have lots more things to report by then. That's a promise. In the meantime, I'll be cheering you on.
Thanks, Abyss Keeper. We got someone to talk to in here.
Nothing tastes better than a drink to celebrate the fall of the Empire.
I imagine not many people have had that drink.
One of the 10 elites, is a distant ancestor of mine. Even if the kingdom as we know it no longer exists, there's a poetic justice in taking the Empire down.
Since I very well believe that this is going to be the final time that we will be able to explore, on video at least. I'll probably explore later, but that'll be, like, you know, just a grinding episode where I just do one last episode of grinding, or one last bit of grinding, try to get everyone up to mastering the classes that I want them to master.
What do you required.
But let's see how everyone that we've used has grown since we've started.
Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yes, indeed.
Her growth in Dex is astounding. It is actually pretty good. She is steadily improving. Her growth is nothing short of astounding. She should be very proud of the progress she has made. My defense is garbage, though.
Now let me
Claude.
see. I expect much from this one. Yes,
His HP growth is astounding. He has the stamina to fend off hordes of enemies. His growth is nothing short of astounding. He should be very proud of the progress he's made. Lysithea hasn't been with us for as long, but in the times that we have used her, she has been so good. The range she can achieve through going Valkyrie with the staff from the House of Gloucester is so good.
I expect much from this one. Yes.
Her growth in defense? Wow, really? I guess congratulations, Lysithea. Marianne. She had a few bumps and bruises. She was a little uncertain of her potential for a while, but she is invaluable. She has most likely done the most healing of anyone in the game, and on top of that, she's got insane range for her spells using the Sethline staff, as well as just in general, like, even if I don't use her for damage as often, she's got ridiculous damage and doubling potential.
I expect much from this one.
Growth in luck is astounding. That's true. She is steadily improving. Her growth is nothing short of astounding. She should be very proud of the progress she's made. I don't even think I need to say anything about Hilda. She is very good. She is what I would consider probably one of my strongest units, if not my strongest. She's not perfect, but with having both Avis and Aegis, she can take quite a beating. And with her crit stuff, she has an absolutely ridiculous crit rate.
Now let me see. I expect much from this.
Oh my gosh! The only thing not 5-star is magic, which makes sense, and charm, which, oh my gosh! Her growth in resistance is astounding. She is steadily improving. I would expect resistance to be a weakness for her, but she excels at it. No kidding. Leone, the archer. Really the main archer, because while, Claude is obviously, a Barbossa, which is an archer wyvern rider, he doesn't have the range that Leone has as a bow knight. So because of that, she is amazing.
Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud of their growth.
I guess it wasn't as good as I thought it was, but she's still pretty good. She doubles fairly consistently. She does great damage, and Bow Knight is one of the best classes in the game, hands down. Dorothea, we used Dorothea for a little while, just for some growth, so let's see how she is.
Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud
Not
of
bad.
their growth.
Her devotion to her training has borne fruit. She'll prove to be a valuable asset on the battlefield. Sylvain. A bit of an awkward class, but I don't know. I always like using him. I use him so consistently, and he always becomes a Dark Knight at the end just because he just deals a good bit of damage. And with the magic staff that I gave him, the damage that he deals is fairly consistent too, whether he needs it to be magic or if he needs to charge him with a spear as well.
Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yes.
His growth and resistance is astounding. I would expect resistance to be a weakness. For him, he excels at it. Sedith. Also a bit of a late user, but I just wanted a few more units to use just for the fact that if I used all the same units all the time, I would honestly probably be... They would honestly probably all be like 45, 46 by then, getting close to 50. And I'm glad that I started using him, because he does have some useful stuff, like with his Spear of Assault, as well as the shield that he uses.
Now let me see.
Marvelous.
Not
This
bad.
one should be proud
Defense,
of their growth.
his growth in defense is astounding. He is steadily improving. His devotion to his training has borne fruit. He'll prove to be a valuable asset on the battlefield. Not the best, but certainly not as bad. I mean, Hilda definitely takes the cake. Let's see. Cyril. A bit of an awkward one. I've always kind of enjoyed using the units that have the aptitude, I think that's what it's called. The thing that gives you increased chances of a stat growing. I think he has slightly below average stat growths, but then with this, they're slightly above average. And then with whatever stat growths the class, whatever he's in, gives him, he can get to some pretty... He can be basically whatever you want him to be. He does have some things that he's better at than others, and it does restrict you a little bit with his skills. But overall, like, he can be quite a few things. I think I made him a hero the first time.
Now let me see. I expect much from this one.
His growth in Dex is astounding. He is steadily improving. His growth is nothing short of astounding. He should be very proud of the progress he's made. Anna, I wish I used you.
Let me see. Your
Anna
guidance is lacking.
here is very bad, as well as Cyril. But actually, that's the point that I was wanting to make. Cyril is known to not be great. The first unit to have like the kind of ability that he has was in Fates, or that I'm aware of. Honestly, I shouldn't say that because he very well could have something in a previous game, but the one that I'm aware of was in Fates, and it was the guy with the bucket on his head. He was so hard to use at the start, but he very quickly became one of your strongest units if you decided to invest in him. And then in the next game in, or no, I said Fates. Awakening is where the Buckethead guy is. And then Fates has another one. She's good, but not as good. And then Cyril just got even worse. I guess because they don't want him to be absolutely broken. But then, at the same time, he just ends up being not the best. Plus, I mean, I could see people not liking how much he, talks about Lady Rhea literally all the time. Yuri. I had never used Yuri before. I had never used any of the Ashen Wolves before. Yuri has proven to be so insane when it comes to mobility. Foul play can be used to move him around the map or move other people around the map so easily. And with his Hero's Relic, that just gives him even more movement with the ability to move afterwards and just the ability to just make it so that he can just take less damage. He's incredible. Honestly, he is one of the best units that I've ever used.
Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud of their growth.
He's not perfect. I'm a little surprised, honestly, with his lack of stats, but I suppose he needs a little bit more into magic. If he had more into magic, honestly, he would be so good. I do make him use magic fairly often. Balthus. Really good tank. He can take a hit very well, and now that he has renewal, he'll be able to take a hit even better. But the awkward part about Yuri and Balthus, really, about them being a melee class with some magic, is that it becomes a fact of, well then, you want to put him into a class that gets him more magic growth, but then if you do that, he can't use gauntlets, which is one of the things for the War Monk. But then, if you put him into, classes like Brawler or Grappler or anything like that, then they can't use magic, which means his magic doesn't increase. So then he can kind of be a little lopsided. But let's see how he ended up.
I expect much from this.
A little bit better than Yuri, according to this guy. Apparently his luck was better than average, I suppose. Constance hits like a freaking truck, man. Once she actually got to Dark Flyer and got Transmute, and then was able to get Bolting, man, it's come in clutch so many times. I had never really used spells like this before, because there's Meteor as well, which does a very similar thing, but in a bit of an AoE. I had never really used it before because I guess I just preferred to get up and close. But bolting, maybe it's just because Constance has an incredibly high magic. Constance, and it'll sort of be for Happy as well, hit like an absolute truck.
Now let me see. I expect much from this.
The growth in defense is astounding. She is steadily improving. I would expect defense to be a weakness for her, but she excels in it. Yeah, honestly, like, and I guess when she's out in the sunlight, she could take a bit more of a hit than most people probably would, at least of the magic class. And Dark Flyer, like, it's not as broken as it used to be. Dark Flyer in Awakening was legitimately the best class in the game, or at least gave you the best ability in the game. And then if you were able to pass that down to your kids, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. It's been nerfed down significantly since then. But I like how it is now. I like how it gives you Transmute, which is a different ability, but it's still interesting. And it does fit for something like this, because she can typically take a magic hit. Constance was a lot of fun to use. And I mean, she still is fun to use. I honestly I gravitated towards Happy whenever the Ashen Wolves DLC came out. I don't know why specifically, but I don't know. I like her personality, just in general. And Valkyrie, I don't think I appreciated it as much in the DLC itself, but here I've learned to absolutely love it. It was so good. Getting the increased rate. You need to value increased range. It can be absolutely insane. Like, again, I'll point to Lysithea, with her being a Valkyrie, with the staff that's connected to the House of Gloucester, the Hero's Relic. Increases to your range can be pretty ridiculous. That's a big reason why why the Bow Knight is so good, just because it gives you more range with your bow. But one final thing to go with it is that it actually brought into something into the game that we actually really needed. Something for black magic users to go into. Reason magic goes for both dark and black magic, and I might be getting it wrong. Let me actually check that before I say anything too bad. Dark magic. Okay, so it is what I thought. Dark magic, Lysithea and Lysithea, Hubert, and
what do you require?
Happy, I believe, are the only people who have dark magic in the entire game. It is... Actually, there might be one more, but I'm not sure offhand. It can be pretty good, and I like the effects that dark magic has. But for female dark magic users, there was no classes you could go into until Dark Knight that would do anything for your dark magic. There was no dark magic Tombfair or whatever. Not Tombfair. The ability that makes your Bowfair, like, that makes it so that you... No, yeah, actually that's it. Tombfair, Bowfair, whatever it is, Swordfair. All that stuff that makes your swords and bows and all that better. There was nothing for that for female units until Dark Knight, which, you know, is a master class. And while it's not as good, like, level-wise, you still have to get to a pretty decent level, it really helps, honestly, because it is a class that does boost up dark magic that a lot of other classes don't. Because, like, the Warlock and everything, they do black magic, which doesn't help Lysithea, or, I guess now, Happy as much. There is the Dark Mages, which we didn't get to see this playthrough, maybe the next one. But the problem with them is they're a male-only class. Which means that Lysithea can't get into it, Happy can't get into it, plus you need those Dark Seals. It's hard. Like, it's really, really hard. But this helped a lot, honestly.
Now let me see. I expect much from this.
Her growth in defense is astounding. She is steadily improving. I would expect defense to be a weakness for her, but she excels in it. Hopefully next playthrough, there will definitely be some similarities, but hopefully next playthrough I will be able to get some different units. Eventually, to use Ignatz, Raphael, I definitely need to use Lawrence, because Lawrence fills a very similar role to Sylvain. I just ended up using Sylvain this playthrough. If I had planned on recruiting everyone, I probably would have saved Sylvain for the next one and Lawrence for this one, and used Lawrence in this playthrough, but it's a little late for that now, so we'll just have to go with that later.
Fare thee well.
Started to get a little bit emotional. It feels like it doesn't feel like we've been playing for that long, but I mean, we've been playing for months.
I thought defeating the Empire would be the end of it. But now we're after some mysterious shadow organization? For crying out loud. If only Holst had come along for the ride. But he's working out things with Elmira or something, yeah? Even so, maybe we better warn him about those who whatever in the dark. They might be whatevering in his neck of the woods too. Me aside, no one's on the same level as Holst. If the Alliance is attacked while he's gone, they'll be in trouble.
Those who whatever in the dark. You're just a joy to talk to, Balthus. I gotta tell you. Yuri? Hello.
Slithering in darkness. Unsettling, to say the least. You must be boiling to avenge your father, though. You seem pretty calm for what it is we're staring at. Where's your fire, huh? I imagine this battle will be a defining moment in history. All or nothing. Let's do this.
If we don't take them out, they'll take over. So it's not a question of how we defeat them, it's a question of we need to defeat them.
I've got a message for you. From a dead man.
Oh, who did I
Emperor
kill?
was keeping the Archbishop alive as insurance against those who slither in the dark. When you go to Shambhala, the message says, take the Archbishop with you.
Huh. Who said that then?
Sounds like there were shenanigans happening behind the scenes in the Empire.
But it sounds like...
War was basically inevitable no matter what Eddie did, with those creeps pulling the strings. Come to think of it, I wonder if the lady who kidnapped me was... Never mind. Not worth mentioning.
You know? That's actually something I hadn't thought about. Like I was saying with the dark magic. Ooh, killer bow. That's actually really good. Think about it. Lysithea has dark magic, and that's probably and that's most likely connected to those who slither in the dark, because they experimented on her and everything. So if those experiments gave her dark magic, then that would make sense. We know Hubert is connected to those who slither in the dark. So wouldn't it make sense that maybe he got dark magic from them? And then if that's the case, then if Happy was captured or had something done to her from those who slither in the dark, then maybe that's why she has dark magic as well.
Whatever threatens Fodlan also threatens my dream. This folly must end now. You go to war harboring such doubts? Pray keep these faint-hearted ruminations to yourself. What is frightening is to have scant idea of what is in store. Now that we know, victory shall be ours.
I'm glad you're confident, Constance. We probably need that.
Why, hello there.
Alright, let's strengthen. Okay, let me bring my notes up. Let's see. Okay, 3. Claude and Ingrid. Oh wait, no, we're good. Okay. Wait, connected fates. Okay, so good. Can't do anything about that. Bernie, Raphael, and Bernie.
If it is your wish.
You have such a weird voice.
Everything is within your grasp. Come back soon now.
Let me actually check what supports I have. Okay, so Petra Ignatz. Okay. Ash and Happy. Okay, Lysithia Balthus. Okay. Shamir Leone. Okay. Catherine Aloise. Okay. Mercedes and Lawrence. Okay. Vane, Dorothea. Okay. Anne and Linhart. Oh, okay, perfect. Felix and Blaine. Okay. Hilda and Sedith, I know is good. Manuela and Hanneman, Caspar, and Ed. Okay.
Why, hello there.
Okay, so let's see. Not Petra.
If it is your wish. Everything is within your grasp.
Okay, Lysithia Balthus, Shamir Leone, Catherine Aloise. Aloise and Catherine.
If it is your wish. Everything is within your grasp.
Okay. Mercedes Lawrence.
If it is your wish. Everything is within your grasp.
Yeah, with Sylvain.
If it is your wish. Everything is within your grasp.
Let's see. Marianne Linhart. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, okay. Okay. So then, Felix, Lane,
If it is your wish.
Hilda Sedith, Manuela Hanneman,
Everything is within your grasp. If it is your wish.
and Caspar Annette.
Everything is within your grasp. If it is your wish. Everything is within your grasp. Come back soon now.
Okay. That looks like everything. So, gonna go back to the monastery and talk to the final person. Oh, no, I need to go around and sure everyone's eaten, and while that's happening, I'm going to talk about New Game Plus. I'll talk about it again later, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it just with a question of, is it something we want to do? I could do this again, and I could, try to recruit everyone again. It took so much effort. I don't know if I want to actually recruit everyone again. But it's something that I know that I could do again if I wanted to. Sorry, I thought I heard something. So, for New Game Plus, one of the things that we need to worry about is I keep all my items. I can upgrade people's support to whatever level that I want, as long as I want to spend renown.
I've got
I can make people's skills whatever I want them to be. Like, I can basically... Everything starts out, basically, at the end of this playthrough. Like, whatever stats that I have at this playthrough, it records it, and I can basically use that as the... what I can use Renown to boost myself up to that ranking from the very beginning. Well, from relatively the beginning. Just as well, I keep my professor level, so I can basically, I have a lot more time to grind, because, I don't need to worry about, like, you know, I don't have to worry about increasing my professor level. I can just go from, like, I have 10 activity points here, I have 3 battle points, I have however many points for... excuse me. For increasing, my gosh, why can't I think? For making sure that for training. For instructing, that's what it is. I have all those, I have all of those all ready to go. Just right out of the gate. So that becomes a lot easier. So it just basically makes it easier, is the thing. There's also a few things that even I haven't really tried. Like, for example, I can have it so that I can give anyone any crest I want. So anyone could use any item, like any hero's relic, anyone could use any of those items. It's like, oh, like the Spear of Assault, how it's connected to the crest of... to Seth's crest. It's connected to Seth's crest. I could have it so that it... I could have it so that, like, you know, Sylvain has the, I don't know, Crest of Gloucester for whatever reason, or Lysithea could have possibly 3 crests, or Hilda could have not only the Crest of Goneril, but even, like, the Crest of Keyhole. Like, it just allows you to customize everything to your liking. And it can be a bit insane, if we're being honest. Why don't you train me in Sword? I'm gonna give this another try while I'm talking. Adjust myself again. Ugh. Sorry about that. Also, probably looked like I went off screen a little bit, probably.
Goddess, my regards, yeah.
There's a lot to New Game Plus. You also get a bunch of renown. I think you keep your renown or something. Something to do with your renown. I remember that, but I don't remember exactly what it is. That's helpful. Well, Harry, why can't you dodge? That's like your whole thing.
Really wanted to die, huh?
There's a lot of good to New Game Plus, I will be honest. Like, there's a lot of very useful things in New Game Plus. Yeah, we're fine. Unless Yuri misses. That's good. There's a lot of good things in New Game Plus, and it is very, very powerful, and it makes the game so much easier. But it depends on who you ask. Not everyone agrees that New Game Plus is fair. And I mean, it's not fair. Legitimately, like, it just straight up makes you better. Like, there's no doubt about that. Please, Yuri. Please hit, Yuri. Please hit. Please do not... Okay, thank you.
Give the goddess my regards, yeah?
So I'm going to leave that to you. I don't know when I'm going to do another playthrough again, and I already have the next game in mind that I want to play. So... this one's going to be hopefully not too bad. Yuri just needs to dodge. Yuri, please. Yuri, please. Yuri, come on! And I can't even do it. I'll give this one more try.
What did you expect?
Yuri didn't take a hit. That's good. Yuri! Okay. I don't care. I'm using the rest of my activity points on this. Yuri, you can do this.
Give the goddess my regards. Don't expect any sympathy.
Thank you, Yuri. You took a hit, but it's okay. 21. As long as you don't miss.
Really wanted to.
Thank you. So I'll leave it to whoever actually wants to watch. If you're watching and you have an opinion on, yes, please do New Game Plus. I want to see what that's like, because there's actually stuff that, like, I haven't messed with the crest stuff. I'll be honest. It's just not something that I've messed around with. Yuri, please dodge. Just dodge one. You just need to dodge one, or have your crest activate. Please, just dodge one. Thank you.
Really wanted to die, huh?
Yuri, for the love of... Oh my gosh, Yuri. Okay. I'll leave it to you. Just like how next time I'm going to leave the next playthrough you as well. Whether I do Golden Deer... Anyways. Whether I do Black Eagles or Blue Lions. I'm leaning towards Black Eagles. So if I have a choice, I'll probably make that. But... you know, the choice will ultimately be to, you know, whoever wants to watch.
Professor.
Wow, we rescued Lady Rhea, but in time.
Alright. I think that's not everything that I want to do. I'm going to take a little bit of time, and I'll cut this out, where I am just going to be messing with my items, making sure people have the items equipped that I would like them to, and just overall making sure that I'm as prepared as I can. Probably looking through battalions as well, because I need to get something a little bit different for Marianne. I want Stride, that's not the part of the question. But the Stride that she has now lowers her magical attack, which is not what I would prefer. So, I'll be back in just a minute.
Hey there. Is this it? There you go. Is this it? There you go. Is this it? There you go.
this... There you go. Is this it? There you go. Is this... There you go. Is this it? There you go. Is this it? Is this... There you go. Is this it? 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 There you go. Come back anytime.
What do you require? Do you want to hire this battalion?
Ready for orders.
Do you want to hire this battalion? Ready for your command. Farewell.
Come back anytime. Hello there.
Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome again.
Welcome. This one? Thank you. 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 Please come again.
Hey there. Is this it? There you go. Come back anytime.
Okay. After a few minutes, I think I didn't really change much. Like, I don't think I can get much better than the items that I have now. I guess I'll check real quick to because, like, seeing... Do I have any better, like, magic stuff or anything for Sylvain? I don't think so, but I'll double check. I have... Yeah, I guess that's all. The last thing that I'm going to do, assuming this is the last time that we're going to be here in the monastery, in video, of course, need to talk to our best buddy here.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. I can hardly believe you managed to handle the capital city like that. Everyone did sterling work. I really thought we'd know peace after that battle. But we're not quite there yet, huh?
We're not quite there yet. And hopefully you'll come with me for the rest of that time. I think I've done just about everything that I can do. I've increased the support between all the units that I can. It is very pretty. And the only thing left to do is go ahead and end this here. Alright. This won't be the final time we're going to be doing this, but let's see what we can do. See if we can get anything better. At least close. Very nice.
Thanks for...
Constance. Whoops, I hit the wrong button.
I could do...
Guess we'll do the same thing for Balthus, just try to get all their magic up.
Who am I to turn down praise? You make...
I guess, yeah, he's not good at magic, which shouldn't prevent you from doing anything like that, but it just makes it harder in general. I'll bring Lance up, because if I use him again in another playthrough, then I can have that. Sylvain, I'll bring up your... for the reason. I'll bring this a little closer, because being with Cyril should then get that the rest of the way. Well, I guess...
Could be used.
Cool. Alright, well... we'll do Marianne to finish it off.
I meant...
Alright. What's gonna be the question for this month?
I've got a question.
I like to wake up at dawn and sleep at dusk, but being in an army breaks my routine. What if I get sleepy in battle?
I think I follow.
That's the okay answer.
Professor?
How does it lag specifically here? Happy birthday, buddy. I do not have a lot of money.
We won't even break a...
Okay. We didn't do too bad, did we?
I would say you didn't.
This should be suitable. Can't let this...
Sure, I'll participate.
Professor, let me sing for you. Do you not like my voice?
It would make a Pegasus dance with joy.
You look like a cat that's been sprayed with water. What? You don't think I should sing the high notes?
I think you can get as high as you want. That came out wrong. Oh, it's Flane's birthday on Saint Sethlene Day. Well, assuming this is the last time we're gonna have for this month. Assuming this is the last time we're gonna be able to explore in a video. Hope that we're as done as we can be. I'm going to do supports because it looks like we've got quite a few ready to go. I don't think I'll be able to get as many of them as I can on my list, but I'll try my best. Next time, excuse me, it's going to be a support video. And hopefully I'll be able to get as many pairings as I can done before the end of this playthrough. And then from there, I'll probably skip it. But if it's something that you want to see, you know, obviously let me know. But I'm probably going to skip over these, grind as much as I can on my own time, and then destroy Shambhala. Attack Shambhala, the lair of those who slither in the dark, a force that has been secretly operating in the shadows of the war. With that, I hope you have a wonderful day. And once again, stay safe with the snow out there. I'll see you then.